Hi guys, Melissa here, and I want to talk to you a little bit about the purebred dogs and the popularity as they were counted in 2018. And I've always been really interested in what the American Kennel Club puts out every year as the most popular purebreds because whatever is in the top 10 12 dogs in popularity in the United States. Not only do we see a lot of those in our grooming salons, but we also see a lot of mixed breeds with those dogs in it. So, it's always interesting to me. And over the last couple of years, it's almost been a little disturbing because we are in the service-based business and we not only wash dogs, dry dogs, but also haircuts is a huge part of what we do. And the trend that we're seeing is in popularity, breeds that just don't have a whole lot of coat. And so that's starting to really impact our grooming salons and the number of breeds that we're seeing that require full haircuts. So I want to talk to you a little bit about what you can do to kind of be proactive with this to maintain the services that you do have and to keep the numbers of pets that you're seeing coming in up. Because bottom line, what you need to be able to do is provide a better service than what somebody can do either at home or through using a self-wash. So let's take a look at what the top 12 breeds are. Now, seems like everybody understands and knows this one. The Labrador Retriever is holding the number one slot, and it has for 28 years. That is just mind-blowing to me that the Lab has held that top slot, but it has. Number two is the German Shepherd. Number three is the Golden Retriever. At least those two breeds have hair, and you think about more of a shedding type breed, so that's really good. Number four is French Bulldogs. Those guys are really coming up. And then we've got number five is the Bulldog. Number six are Beagles. Number seven, yay, finally we hit a breed that's actually got hair, and that would be the Poodle. And after the Poodle in the 8th slot are Rottweilers. And number nine is Pointers. Never would have thought pointers were going to be up there as high as they are, but they're coming on really strong and they're gaining in popularity as being a really smart and versatile family dog. So again, a breed that doesn't have a whole lot of coat, and so how are you going to pull that? How are you going to attract that type of breed into your salon for full grooming type services? Next, in number 10, again, we do have a coated breed, but it's not a big one. It's the Yorkshire Terrier, falls in the number 10 slot. And number 11 is Boxer, and number 12 are the Dachshunds. So, when you're looking at those top 12 breeds, there's just not a lot of them that are carrying a ton of coat. So what can you do to encourage clients to come in and have you do the bathing and the drying and sprucing those dogs up versus having them do it themselves? So the first thing that I would tell you is you've got to pay attention to details. It is get them squeaky, squeaky clean. Absolutely first off. And even though I would consider a lot of these breeds kind of a splash and dash kind of dog, they still are going to have a body odor. They're still going to have a residue in their coat. And I'm going to tell you what, gang, I lived with a Doberman for years, and I never realized how dirty a tight-coated breed could really get. But when she was laying down and she'd be on her bed and she might be like a little bit up against a wall, there was literally an oil dirt spot against the wall. So this type of coat, they do get dirty, and if you were to pet her, run your hand over her coat, I would end up having a film on my hands, and then if you smelled, oh, she would stink. So definitely this type of breed, even though people don't think of it as needing a whole lot of grooming, they definitely need grooming. And so when I'm working with those tight-coated breeds, one of the tools that I really love to get them squeaky, squeaky clean and to help eliminate the shedding, because even though they're a tight-coated breed, and whether it be a tight-coated breed like the Pointer, or whether it's going to be more a short-coated breed like your Labs, they still shed. And that kind of coat can really weave into fabric, and it's hard for a roller tape to get that picked up because that coat is tight, it's hard, and it just weaves into the fabric. So it's our job as the professional pet groomer to be able to minimize that for the client. And one of the tools that I really love is these types of rubber curries. They actually have kind of like an incense cone type tooth on them, and they're super flexible. And so you can really take these to the bathtub and really scrub with them. They do a good job getting right down to the skin. They do a great job releasing a loose coat, pulling that debris right up to the surface. And it feels good. It's like a massage. You just can't hurt them. So that's one of the things that I would really encourage you to utilize and pay attention to those details is get them squeaky, squeaky clean. Use a great shampoo that has a nice fragrance to it, not overly heavy, but fragrance, so that when that dog goes home, they know it's clean, it smells good, it smells fresh. And when you can pull that dog out of the tub, you want it to squeak. It's squeaky, squeaky clean, whether it be the really tight-coated breeds or whether you're dealing with a lab or the French bulldogs. They've got a little bit more coat. Get them squeaky, squeaky clean. Now, the other thing to look at is like with the Shepherds and the Goldens and any breed that has got that type of coat is, are you providing a shed-less type program? I live with Maremma sheepdogs. Maremma sheepdogs are like oversized white golden retrievers, and they shed. And we have instituted a shed-less program, and it has been amazing, the revenue generation that we have been able to come up with just by providing a service like that. So think about what types of services you can do. What are the problems that the clients have at home? And with these breeds, even though they don't have a lot of coat, they don't require haircuts, they definitely shed and they get dirty. So figure out things that you can do to help solve that problem easily for the client. Again, like I said, pay attention to details. Make sure those ears are super clean. Not only trim nails, but what about utilizing a Dremel to file those nails so that they're nice and smooth and they don't have sharp edges on them? A client's not going to be able to, number one, generally trim dogs' nails at home, nor will they file them. So that's a great service that you can offer for many salons. They might trim nails and offer the filing as an upsell. We personally do $1 a paw, so it's a $4 upsell. Super easy to do. Another thing that you can do with these dogs that don't require full haircuts, and you can do it with full haircut dogs as well, but do you have any kind of breath freshener or teeth brushing or something that you can add orally to enhance the client's experience with their dog at home? Again, it's an easy upsell, and it's something that generally clients don't do for themselves at home with their dog. So being able to offer those types of things, just really pay attention to it. With that Doberman that we had years ago, most of the time she would come home not only with her nails filed, but they'd also be painted. And okay, every once in a while they were a crazy color, especially around the holidays, that would happen. But most of the time they were just painted black. And it just gave a nice shine to the nail. It was a part of the, detail that their client isn't going to do for themselves. Did it make or break the groom? No, but it was just one of those things that you noticed. It was in those details. Bows on collars, bandanas, the collar frills that you can get. Bardell Bows has got all kinds of really fun things. If you don't like dealing with bows and bandanas, there's companies out there like Bardell Bows that are going to have those things. And my goal with a customer is always to bring the dog in, to treat it with respect and love and compassion. But when that client picks up their dog, when that dog goes home, What I aim for is to see a smile when that client sees their dog, and not only a smile because they're happy to see their dog, but a smile because the dog looks amazing. And again, if you're dealing with the short and tight coated dogs, you're not going to see that big transformation that you see when you're dealing with a haircut type dog. But there's subtle differences that you can do to make that client go, wow, that was the best he's looked, it's the best he's smelled, it's the best he's felt. Those are the types of things that you're going for. So what you want to do is bring those bath and brush dogs in on a really regular basis. Ideally, I love to see them every 2 or 3 weeks. That really helps keep the shedding under control. It keeps the film, the dirt on their coat down, and it keeps them smelling great. So if you can encourage those customers to come in on a really regular basis and provide those services that they are not going to do themselves, if they bathe the dog in their driveway or in their bathtub, or they take that pet to a self-service facility, you are going to be able to do such a better job. And it goes without saying too, you've got the high velocity dryer. They don't. And we all know how important that tool is. And again, whether you're dealing with a tight coated dog, a short coated dog, or a bath and brush type dog like the Shepherd or the Golden Retriever, the high velocity dryers are going to be absolutely critical to doing a really knockout job on those dogs. So get those bath and brush dogs coming in. They are massive to what you can do with your bottom line with a revenue generation. They are some of the easiest dogs that you're going to do, but they really have a huge impact on your bottom line. And that's what we're in business for. We are in business to make a profit, to provide a service for our customers that they're going to appreciate. So pay attention to the details and get those bath and brush dogs coming back in on a regular basis to you.